You know, life is a journey, and as we walk this path, we gather experiences. We collect memories, and most importantly, we build relationships. But as we grow older, something shifts. We become wiser, more aware, and hopefully more protective of our peace. So let me say this loud and clear. You don't owe your time, your energy, or your peace to just anyone, especially not in old age. When we're young, we tolerate a lot. We endure negativity. We try to fix people. We stay in toxic cycles because we believe things will change. But with age comes a beautiful truth. Your energy is sacred. And protecting it is not selfish, it's necessary. Let's talk about the kind of people you need to walk away from. One dog, the constant complainers. These are the people who always find a problem for every solution. They drain your spirit. In old age, joy is not optional, it's vital. Choose people who uplift, not those who make your sunshine feel like a cloudy day. Do the manipulators. They play the victim, twist your words, and make you question your worth. Let me tell you something. If someone can't respect your boundaries, they don't deserve your presence. It's that simple. In life, there comes a point when we begin to realize that not all energy is worth entertaining. As we grow older, our priorities shift. We're no longer seeking approval or validation. We're no longer trying to fit into boxes or live up to someone else's expectations. What becomes more important than anything else is peace. Internal, emotional, and spiritual peace. And protecting that peace is not just a choice. It becomes a responsibility. Protecting your peace means learning to be selective with where you invest your time, your thoughts, and your emotions. Not everyone deserves access to the most vulnerable parts of you. And as you age, you understand that the people you surround yourself with either add to your life or take away from it. There is no neutral. Every interaction either lifts you up or pulls you down. That's why protecting your peace requires you to set boundaries. Strong, clear, unapologetic, and sticking to them without guilt. You begin to realize that some people thrive on negativity. They bring drama, chaos, or endless complaints. They rarely celebrate your joy, and often they're the ones who leave you feeling heavier after a conversation. These are not bad people. They're just not right for your mental and emotional space. You have to get comfortable with the idea that it's okay to outgrow people. It's okay to love someone from afar, and it's perfectly okay to walk away from anyone who disrupts your inner calm. Peace also means learning to let go of old narratives. You don't need to explain your decisions, your healing, or your silence. You start to choose calm over chaos, rest over rage, and solitude over shallow company. You stop trying to fix people or carry burdens that aren't yours. You allow yourself to prioritize what feels right instead of what looks right to the world. That shift is powerful and it's healing. And here's the truth. When you protect your peace, everything else in life begins to align. Your health improves. Your thoughts become clearer. Your relationships become more genuine. You begin to attract people and experiences that resonate with your higher self. It's not magic. It's the result of living with intention. When you choose peace, you choose yourself. And when you choose yourself, you're no longer at the mercy of people's opinions, guilt trips, or emotional game. Protecting your peace isn't about being selfish. It's about being wise. It's about understanding that you cannot pour from an empty cup. And you're not here to be everyone's emotional caretaker. You're here to live fully, love deeply, and grow freely. And none of that is possible if you're constantly surrounded by people who disturb your peace. So, as the years pass, let your mantra be simple. If it costs you your peace, It's too expensive. Let go. Move on. And protect what truly matters. Your energy, your heart, your letting go of toxic relationships is one of the most liberating and powerful decisions you can make, especially in the later stages of life. By the time we reach a certain age, we've already lived through enough lessons, enough heartbreak, and enough emotional weight. We've learned, often the hard way, that not everyone is meant to stay in our lives forever. And that's okay. Growth sometimes means outgrowing people. And when relationships become more draining than fulfilling, it's time to step back and reassess what you're allowing into your emotional space. Toxic relationships can take many forms. Sometimes they're loud and obvious, filled with manipulation, control, or constant criticism. Other times they're subtle. A friend who only shows up when they need something. A relative who constantly belittles your choices under the guise of just being honest. A partner who emotionally checks out but expects you to always be available. These relationships slowly erode your self-worth and peace of mind. They're not always explosive, but they're always exhausting. In old age, your emotional bandwidth becomes more precious. You've done the hard work of building a life, overcoming challenges, and learning who you are. You don't have to carry people who refuse to grow, refuse to respect your boundaries, or constantly bring negativity into your world. You don't owe anyone a permanent place in your life, simply because they've been there for a long time. Loyalty is important, but not when it comes at the expense of your own well-being. And letting go doesn't mean you're cruel. It means you're choosing to honor yourself. It means you're acknowledging that your peace matters more than someone's comfort with your silence. It means choosing to be around people who inspire, support, and uplift you rather than those who make you feel like you're never enough. It's not about holding grudges or seeking revenge. It's about releasing what no longer serves you, so you can breathe deeper and live better. We often fear letting go because we don't want to feel lonely, but here's the truth. Being alone and being lonely are not the same. You can be surrounded by people and still feel empty. And you can sit in quiet solitude and feel full, safe, and whole. The right people will never make you feel like you're hard to love or too much to handle. The right people will respect your boundaries, celebrate your growth, and bring peace into your life instead of chaos. You deserve relationships that feel like home, not battlefields. As you move forward in life, take inventory of the people around you. Are they helping you grow? Are they bringing light into your life? Are they adding peace or taking it away? If the answer leaves you feeling uneasy, it might be time to walk away. You've come too far to be pulled back into cycles that you've already healed from. So let go with love. Not because you don't care, but because you care enough about yourself to choose peace over pain. As we grow older, one of the most empowering realizations we can have is that we are not defined by who we used to be. Life is a continuous journey of growth, transformation, and self-discovery. But often, there are people around us who struggle to let go of our past. They hold on to old versions of us, our mistakes, our failures, the person we once were before we evolved. These people can become obstacles to our peace and progress if we allow them to keep us anchored in memories we've already outgrown. There's something profoundly unfair about being constantly reminded of your past when you've worked so hard to become a better version of yourself. Whether it's family members who can't see you beyond your childhood, friends who only talk about how things used to be, or acquaintances who reduce your identity to past choices, they are not honoring your journey. They are choosing to see you through a lens that no longer fits, and it's not your responsibility to shrink back into that outdated image just to make them comfortable. The truth is, we all make mistakes. We all evolve. We all go through seasons of life that shape us in different ways. Holding someone hostage to their past is not love. It's control. And in old age, when you have finally come into your wisdom, your self-awareness and your peace, you must protect yourself from being dragged back into emotional spaces you've already healed from. Your past is a part of you, yes, but it is not the whole story. It's a chapter, not the conclusion. Every lesson, every setback, and every stumble was meant to teach you, not to define you. And anyone who truly values you should be able to recognize your growth and meet you where you are today, not where you were yesterday. The beauty of aging is that it gives you perspective. You learn to value the present moment more deeply. You begin to understand that peace of mind is worth more than proving yourself to anyone. You also realize that you don't have to explain your transformation. You don't have to justify your healing, your change, or your boundaries. You're allowed to outgrow old habits, old spaces, and yes, old relationships that no longer support who you've become. Surrounding yourself with people who respect your growth is essential. These are the people who see you clearly, who acknowledge your evolution, and who love you not just for who you were, but for who you are now, and who you're still becoming. They speak life into your present, not judgment from your past. Those are the relationships worth holding on to. So, don't let anyone make you feel guilty for growing. You've earned every bit of your progress. Don't dim your light to make others comfortable in their outdated perception of you. You're not who you used to be. And that's something to be proud of, not ashamed of. Keep growing, keep rising, and leave the past where it belongs, behind you. As we move into the later stages of life, the kind of people we allow into our space matters more than ever. Time becomes more precious, energy more limited, and the desire for genuine connection grows stronger. One of the most important lessons is learning to avoid those who are envious of your happiness, your success, or your peace. These people may not always speak their resentment aloud, but you can feel it. In their silence when you succeed, in their backhanded compliments, in their subtle attempts to downplay your achievements. And in old age, that kind of energy is too heavy to carry. Envy is a quiet poison. It rarely announces itself boldly. It hides behind forced smiles, shallow support, and surface-level friendships. But beneath the surface, it's working to undermine your joy. You start noticing patterns. People who never celebrate you, who are quick to offer criticism, but slow to offer encouragement, who act distant when things are going well for you. These are not the people you need near you as you grow older. You need honesty, warmth, and authenticity, not competition or comparison. At the time you reach a place of peace in your life, it's likely that you've worked very hard to get there. You've survived losses, disappointments, and your own share of struggles. So when you finally feel content, whether that's emotional stability, financial freedom, or simply inner calm, you deserve to protect that space fiercely. Envious people can't celebrate your peace because they haven't found their own. They see your joy as a reminder of what they lack rather than what's possible for them too. And that mindset can slowly chip away at the trust and comfort you've built in your relationships. Old age is not a time for hidden tension or unspoken jealousy. It's a time for peace, clarity, and meaningful connections. You should be able to share your wins, your lessons, and even your simple joys with people who genuinely feel happy for you. People who celebrate your growth, no matter how big or small. People who uplift you rather than subtly compete with you. True companionship in this season of life is not about who has the most, but who brings out the best in you. Letting go of envious people doesn't mean you wish them harm. It means you're choosing to honor your happiness. You're choosing to be around those who reflect the love and positivity you give. Life is too short to keep explaining your joy to those who refuse to understand it, or resenting those who can't genuinely be happy for you. Protect your circle. Let it be filled with warmth, honesty, and mutual respect. You've earned your peace. You've earned your joy. And anyone who makes you feel guilty, uncomfortable, or uncertain about that has no place in this chapter of your life. Be proud of your journey and only share it with those who clap when you win and walk beside you when you fall. That's real love. That's real friendship. And that's what you truly deserve.